I gotta ask the people, do you trust President Trump? I don't.
August 2025, President Trump unleashes a 35% tariff on Canadian goods outside USMCA protections. Ottawa's response is immediate and unflinching. Premier Doug Ford steps up to a podium and delivers a sharp promise, dollar for dollar. Prime Minister Mark Carney, calmer but equally resolute, warns Washington that retaliation will come, but it will be strategic, not reckless. The tariffs, announced on August 1st, slam into key Canadian exports, lumber, aluminum, manufactured goods. Trump's message is that these measures defend American jobs and correct trade imbalances. For Canada, it's a direct test of sovereignty. Ford's approach is confrontational, aimed at showing the U.S. that every blow will be matched. Carney takes a more measured stance, reminding Canadians that their economy is 1/10 the size of the U.S., and that matching every tariff might not always be possible, but insisting that Ottawa will defend its industries with precision. Behind closed doors, Carney's team moves quickly. Trade officials compile lists of U.S. exports to target, products from politically sensitive states, agricultural commodities, and industrial goods tied to swing state economies. The aim isn't broad economic damage, it's to create pressure where it matters most for Trump politically. Meanwhile, Ford rallies the provinces, pushing the message that Canada will not be bullied into silence. This clash didn't come out of nowhere. Back in February, the Trump administration began raising tariffs across multiple sectors, part of a broader America First trade push. Canada and Mexico responded modestly, but the August measures mark an escalation. This time, Canada answers with more than just tariffs. Trade ministers are dispatched to Mexico City to explore joint retaliation and deepen economic cooperation. Ottawa begins new talks with European and Asian partners, signaling that Canada will diversify its trade away from over-reliance on the U.S. market. Billions of dollars are at stake. Canada's government announces over $1 billion Canadian dollars in subsidies to support industries most exposed to the tariffs, from forestry to energy. Relief packages are prepared for exporters caught in the crossfire. Ford uses every media appearance to hammer the dollar-for-dollar line, ensuring it dominates headlines. Carney, meanwhile, projects composure, striking a balance between firmness and diplomacy. Trump's calculus is clear. The tariffs play well with his political base, especially in regions that see Canada as a competitor in manufacturing and agriculture. But there's risk. Canada is the United States' largest trading partner, moving more than $2 billion in goods and services across the border every day. Supply chains are deeply interlinked. Tariffs on one side inevitably raise costs on the other. Even U.S. exporters begin to feel the pinch as Canada's targeted measures take hold. In Ottawa, the strategy is to hit back without hurting Canada's own economic stability. Counter tariffs are carefully chosen. Some target American steel and aluminum, others hit agricultural goods from key political districts. The pressure is surgical, not scattershot. Carney openly says there's a limit to how far dollar for dollar can go, but assures Canadians that every move will be calculated to maximize leverage. Ford, less cautious in tone, insists Canada cannot afford to look weak at any stage. The effects are already visible. Cross-border shipments slow. Canadian producers scramble to find new buyers. In some U.S. states, the cost of raw materials rises sharply. Political pressure on Trump builds quietly from affected industries, though publicly the White House maintains a defiant stance. Trump tells reporters a call with Carney might happen in the next few days, but offers no sign of compromise. For now, the standoff holds. Carney says talks will happen when it makes sense. Ford keeps repeating the mantra. Canada courts Mexico, Europe, and Asia, building fallback options. The question hanging over both capitals is whether this will end in negotiation or in a drawn-out economic Cold War across the world's longest undefended border. This is more than a tariff fight. It's a contest over who writes the rules of North American trade. Canada is walking a narrow line, blending grit with diplomacy, Ford's fire with Carney's caution. And in the months ahead, the outcome will set the tone for an entire continent's economic future. The only question now is who blinks first. And before you go, I want to hear your take. Should Canada keep playing hardball or look for an early compromise? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to follow every twist of this trade showdown, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what happens next.